Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's episode, which is Heather Gay being sued twice with her beauty lab is being sued twice, but for two very different things. And what in the heck does Monica Garcia have to do with all of this? As we all know, Monica is a big time liar, fraud, and she is someone who is not to be trusted. So I'm going to give you guys the exclusive details from Radar Online. So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So let's first talk about the first lawsuit that Heather Gay and Beauty Lab and Laser is facing, okay? So let's go. It says Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Heather Gay and her med spa were slapped with a federal lawsuit months before her legal drama with her co-star Monica Garcia was exposed. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online, a photographer named Gavin O'Neill filed a civil lawsuit against Gay and her Utah-based company Beauty Lab and Laser. Now, what she's being sued for is very similar to what happened to Garcelle, a little bit different, but very similar, and we'll get into it. The suit filed in March accused the defendants of copyright infringement. O'Neill said he has worked with everyone from Vogue, Cosmopolitan, and GQ. He said his bills are paid through his work being licensed. Okay. He said Gay used photos he took of models in our company's advertisement. He said one of his images was used to show the potential results of what can be achieved with Beauty Lab's Hydrofacials services and urged its users to book an appointment online. He said Gay and her company used multiple photos he took without permission or paying him a dime. Okay, now that is the image we see. Well, one of the images that we see on the screen is obviously from Beauty Lab and Laser. It is a photo of a lovely woman, and she's saying, address aging in every nook and cranny, lift, love, lab, filler, facelift. And so he's saying, you know what? This is a photo I took. You did not pay me. You did not get my permission. You did not license the photos. Girl, you need to pay me for my work. Now, the reason why I brought up Garcelle, and you know what? Also Lisa Rinna, but in two separate ways. So Garcelle was also sued for using photos from a photographer, but the photos were of Garcelle herself. And I believe that lawsuit got tossed and the judge dismissed it. They were like photos of her and she posted them on her Instagram and the photographer was like, you need to pay me for those photos. And she's like, what? These are photos of me and I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, that lawsuit got tossed. But wasn't there also a lawsuit with Lisa Rinna where she was trying to sue someone for posting photos of her without her permission? I'm sure, Lisa and Erica and Dirty Diana and Ding Dong Dorit, they are always doing some type of scheme, some come up scheme. So if memory serves me right, I think that happened. But again, I don't think it really went anywhere. Now, this lawsuit might go somewhere. It might not. The photographer is looking for over $450,000. Boy, sit down, bye, because you're asking for almost $500,000 for some photos she posted on Instagram. Like, I get it. You're saying you work for Vogue and GQ, but as we all know, the gag is there's really not a lot of money in fashion. Unfortunately, there's really not a lot of money in it. And if you're saying that, Heather's Beauty Lab made $500,000 on your photos, we're going to need some receipts. We're going to need some receipts. So do I think he has a case in general? Yes. If he's a photographer and he took photos and you just use them in your actual promotional marketing advertising without permission and without compensation, then yes, he has a case. Do I think he has a $500,000 case? I think that's a bit of a reach. But let's keep going. O'Neill is informed and believes defendants, including their employees, agents, contractors, and others, over whom they have the responsibility and control, used, displayed, published, and otherwise held out to the public O'Neill's original and unique photographs in order to acquire a direct financial benefit from the use of the photographs through revenue from the sales of Beauty Lab's products and services, he said. Maybe he wants compensation for every single, lift, tuck, nick, cranny, injection, Botox, suck out, who knows? Maybe he wants every single procedure that was booked through the use of these photos. Maybe he wants the money for that. Maybe that's where he's getting this $500,000 from. Because these procedures add up, $3K for this, $4K for that, $2K for this, $5K for that. And it adds up. It adds up. Okay. Oh, so the Garcelle thing, it was a Facebook post. She was dragged to court over a Facebook post, but she won that. I'm pretty sure she won that one. Either she won it or got tossed out. Okay. Let's get into some more detail. The photographer said he attempted to settle the matter with Gaye before bringing the lawsuit, but she refused. The lawsuit demanded damages more than $400K. Now, this is $450,000. Now, this is the thing. I think that if the photographer legitimately, again, I'm just going to believe what he's saying in a part of this. You used my photography without my permission and without compensation, and he went to settle it with her, and she refused to give him anything. Like, I'm not saying she needs to give him $500,000, but if she was like, I'll give you 10K, or I'll give you, show me what your normal comps are, and I will pay you what you usually charge for, advertising photos and things like that. I'll pay you for that. And then he said, no, I want $500,000, then I'm looking at him crazy. But if Beauty Lab just flat out did not want to pay this man, then I'm looking at Heather crazy and Beauty Lab crazy, because that's wrong. That is dead wrong. Gaye and her company denied all allegations of wrongdoing and demanded the entire lawsuit be thrown out. The Bravo star argued O'Neill had not been damaged by her actions. Defendant's infringement was not willful. Defendant removed the allegedly infringing photographs immediately upon receiving notice. Her response read, "The case has yet to be resolved." Okay, this is the thing. They're saying it wasn't willful. We didn't know. And the moment we found out, we removed your photos. Now I'm more on Heather's side because it's okay. We all, find photos on the internet. We find photos wherever. Again, if you're running a multi-million-dollar company or just any company, you should be legally sourcing your materials. You have to legally source photographs and all that stuff, So if you're not legally sourced, like for example, when I do, photos on here and when I do, snippets of shows and things like that, that is legally sourced because of what is it called? Oh my goodness. That is legally sourced due to commentary law, right? The Copyright Act. We're legally allowed to do that given the context in which it's given. It would be different if I was trying to, do a service or something like that with the illegally sourced photos or videos or whatever the case is. But I tend to agree with Heather on this one. We posted the stuff, we didn't know, we found out, and we took it down. Him asking for $500,000, it's a bit of a reach. So there's that. Now let's move on to Miss Monica and what is going on with her. So as previously reported, on top of the federal lawsuit, Heather and her company, Beauty Lab and Laser, are facing a separate lawsuit brought by her co-star, Monica Garcia. Again, this is a countersuit because Monica herself is being sued by Heather and Beauty Lab. In the lawsuit, first reported by The Sun, Garcia accused Heather's med spa of giving her botched nose and lip injections. Side note, Monica, girl, is this a filter? It doesn't even look like you, but I guess you're trying. In her loss, Garcia claimed the fillers were negligently given and did not have the intended promised result. In her lawsuit, Garcia demanded no less than $50,000 in damages. Heather's company sued Garcia over. The suit came after Heather's company sued Garcia over money owed. So that's what I was saying before. This is a countersuit because she doesn't want to have to pay her back. Now, this is the thing. Heather is only asking for $2,000. Just pay your $2,000. But Monica doesn't want to do that. Instead, she wants to countersue for $15,000. I don't know how Monica is going to prove that she has damages worth $50,000. First of all, where is the paper trail? If I went in for lip and nose injections and I felt it was botched, I'm taking photos, I'm calling, I'm emailing, I'm getting my money back. I'm getting a refund. I'm getting, you need to fix this on the house. I need comped, especially when it comes to your face. Where are the photos? Where is the paper trail? Because Monica, you're not cute to me, but like you looked fine. You didn't look like you had a botched job at all. So like, where is the photos? Where is the paper trail? Where are your complaints prior to this? Why did it take Heather suing you for you to now turn around and claim that she did a botched job? Doesn't make any sense. And she's also gonna have to prove that what they did was negligent and botched, not that she just didn't like it. Because there's a difference between someone botching the job versus I don't like the result I got. Because you could get the result you were promised, but just end up not liking it. Like, say you go in to get like a haircut or a new like cut and color, and the hairstylist does a great job. They are super professional, but you end up just not liking the look. Those are two different things. You can't sue someone just because you didn't like the look you got, unless they actually did something wrong. They left the color in too long. They cut it all the way short when you clearly had talked about, layers or something, or if they gave you the wrong fillers, or, you got an infection because of the injection site wasn't clean. Like, that's botched, that's negligence. But just because you didn't like the outcome doesn't mean that what they did was negligent. So that's a lot to prove, and especially for $50,000. To me, it seems like both this photographer and Monica are just looking for a payout. They're kind of just scheming and scamming, and they just want a payout. Like the photographer, I'm on your side up to a point. I do think that once Beauty Lab was notified that they were illegally using this man's photos without permission and without compensation, I think, one, they should have taken it down, and B, I think they should have given him something. Not a $500,000, but they should have made an offer of something, just in good faith. Because, he is a professional photographer, and that's how he makes his money, through licensing. I totally get that. Take the photos down and give him something in good faith, because you did use them illegally, or keep them up and get a contract with him to use his photos. But him asking for $450,000, it's a reach, it's a stretch. Like, you should just ask for what's right, because you'd probably get that. But when you inflate things that are astronomical, people are just going to laugh at you and get it, and you're going to get it tossed out. Same thing with you, Monica. I know you can't afford the $2,000, but you shouldn't be scamming out here on these streets. If you couldn't afford the injections, you shouldn't have got them. Because any other normal person would just pay the $2,000 and let it be done with, and then go someplace else next time if you didn't like the results. But it's not botched and it's not negligence. So I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Heather Gay facing these two lawsuits? Do you think they're bogus? Do you think they're just money grabs? Whose side are you on? At the end of the day, I think I'm on Heather Gay's and Beauty Lab's side on both of these, but I do think they should have given something to the photographer. So let me know what you guys think. Put it down below. And are you looking forward to this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Be sure to hit the notification bell so you join us when we go live to talk about all of this stuff. Shop our Soft Life collection down below, and subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, everybody. Bye.